All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and our home team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We're outside. Check that with Mike 52 right here. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check nine. Check nine.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He's checking.
1st and 10, stick. Allen's got it, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Look at me. Go get it.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Set 50, plant, General West. Alert flare. Check. Leo. Hot. Alert 3.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action, it's Stick. And it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Badgley on for the extra point. it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Hundley. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Returning, it's Benjamin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Ready, 90, Wolf. 9:54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They're going to go play action now with Stick. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Stick looking to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams able to drop him for a loss of a couple. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out. And
we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jets, nothing. Come on, set. AT Gator. Check.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. And caught by Henry. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Got it.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They run it here with Gordon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Check 52.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You draw Corker. Ready?
They'll throw on 2nd down his Stick. Benjamin's got it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
They can't hang with us.
Throwing, Hundley. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
They're going to look to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hundley. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was looking for Daniels that time.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
This is Grant. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They will run with Grant. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jets have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. That's complete. It's Bell.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Eluding the pressure right. Caught here by Bell.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
He's coming.
Hey, high 7.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 44 yards. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Stick back to pass. Out. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Now Stick. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Stick looks to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. 2nd and 14. On the move to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Melvin Gordon. Incomplete. It's now 4th down and goal.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the ready.
Mike, 57. Too little.
6'6", pull it high.
They'll run on first down. Grant. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
General West. Hey, Team 6. Let's go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stick from the gun. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
You ready?
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Get it.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Ready?
Off play action, it's Stick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now Hundley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Rolling to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Recon, 132 fighter. 5.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check.
Pilot, 64, weak. Snap.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First down, New York.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now back to throw. It's a shovel pass, and it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On the counter, here's Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
He can't hit. He's not going to get it.
Here's Grant, and an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Blue draw Corkers.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
They're going to go play action now with Stick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Going deep here for Allen. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Stick. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing, Hundley. Forced out to his left. Going deep now for Herndon. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll look to throw here. A screen to Bell. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down, and an alley to run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
57 to Mike. Got you, boy.
X3, 218, chopper. Get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stick looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
following the touchdown. Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Again, it's Bell. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Jets on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Come on, set. 30 base.
I got wide.
Set, go.
On 1st down, Gordon. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Greystone,
travel.
Fire.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Stick looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Jets on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be third and a mile. On third down, here's Bell. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Set. 10 logo.
They'll run on first down. Grant. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They go back to Grant. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And they're going to score a... Again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. On 3rd down, it's Bell. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.